Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine
Krishna Krishna Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Swami Nityanamine
Namaste Saraswati Gaurani Kacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine
Namaste Saraswati Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatyanishatarine
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, हरिनाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघायते गिरिं
यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणम् जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा।
प्रभु जी वो ये नहीं जाता है क्या आजकल रिमाइंडर वो मेघना माता जी में पूछ रही थी वो इंस्पिरेशनल आप लाइव आते हो तो आता था ना पहले मैसेज
अभी जा रहा होगा पूछिए उनको गया है
गया है अच्छा। क्योंकि मुझे भी नहीं आ रहे थे बीच में
अभी देखो आ रही थी श्रीमद् भगवद गीता as it is chapter 2 text number 28 अव्यक्तादीनि भूतानि व्यक्तमध्यानि भारत अव्यक्तनिधनान्येव तत्र का परिदेवना। Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation: all created beings are unmanifest in their beginning, manifest in their interim state, and unmanifest again when annihilated. So, what need is there for lamentation? We covered the purport partially, so we will begin from the statement in the second paragraph. And if we accept the Vedic injunction as stated in the Bhagavad Gita, please read.
And if we accept the Vedic conclusion as stated in the Bhagavad Gita that these material bodies are perishable in due course of time, antavartat ime deha, but that the soul is eternal, nitya nitya yoshodha
Nitya Sukta Sharirna.
nitya sukha shariram, then we must remember always that the body is like a dress. Therefore, why lament in changing the dress?
Wait. Body is like a dress. Why to lament if you change the dress? Because you don't know about the new dress. That's why you lament, right?
You are attached to the old dress.
Yeah. But if you are shown that this is the new dress, then you will not bother. You don't know the new dress. Like that. If you are removed from one house, but you are told that this is the bigger house in which you are going to go in, you will accept it. But that is not known to you. So people lament when the change of body takes place. So one side, yes, it is true that why to lament when change the of dress takes place? New body will come. But practically everyone laments because of this reason. That we don't know what is my new dress. Like that. Read further.
The material body has no factual existence in relation to the eternal soul. It is something like a dream. In a dream, we may think of flying in the sky or sitting on a chariot as a king, but when we wake up, we can see that we are neither in the sky nor seated on the chariot.
Wait. See, when you see the dream, you feel that it was not there after you wake up. It was just imagination. But imagination was right. In the imagination, tiger was there. Okay. In the platform of imagination, tiger was there. In the platform of imagination, tiger was the reality. Okay. In the platform of imagination, tiger was the reality. Although it has nothing to do with our original existence in the material world. But in the platform of imagination, tiger was the reality. Similarly, this body has nothing to do with the soul. But in the platform of this material world, this body has reality. It has nothing to do with the soul. But body has reality. Body exists. Okay. So to think that I am this body is like a dream. That doesn't mean that body doesn't exist. Body exists and you also exist, but to think that you are the body is a wrong concept. That is a tool. So, like that. So, this body has existence, but to think that I am this body is a dream. I hope you understood. This body, existence of this body is not wrong, but to think that I am this body is wrong. That is dream. That is illusion. Read further.
The Vedic wisdom encourages self-realization on the basis of the non-existence of the material body.
Wait. Self-realization on the basis of non-existence of the material body. Basically, it says that if you are the body, let's say you are the body is changing always, and finally body dies, and ultimately it vanishes. Body is constantly changing, it dies, and it completely vanishes. But as far as soul is concerned, soul is not changing, soul is not dying. So, body is constantly changing and dying, soul is not changing and dying. That means soul cannot be body. Soul should be something else. This is how Vedic wisdom encourages self realization that you are not the body, you are different from the body. Try to identify what you are through the spiritual process. That is the Vedic way. So, in this way, Vedic wisdom encourages you for the self realization on the basis of non existence of material body. Means this body is not going to exist after some time. Today it is existing, tomorrow it will not exist, but soul will exist. So body is not going to exist, soul will exist. That means soul is different from the body. Try to identify what is this soul. This is how Vedic wisdom encourages the self-realization. Read further.
Therefore, in either case, whether one believes in the existence of the soul or one does not believe in the existence of the soul, there is no cause for lamentation for loss of the body.
Hmm. So body is anyway going to die. So if you think that soul is, if you think in the existence of soul, then also body will die. If you do not believe in the existence of soul, then only body dies. So in all cases, body is dying. So why to lament? If you think that soul exists, it will remain. If you think that soul doesn't exist, so it is supposed to die. So it is dying like that. So no need to lament because anyway going to happen. Like that philosophically Krishna is trying to explain Arjuna. Next verse. आश्चर्यवत् पश्यति कश्चिदेनम् आश्चर्यवत् वदति तथैव चान्य आश्चर्यवच्चैनमन्यः शृणोति श्रुत्वाप्येनं वेद चैव कश्चित्. Retranslation.
Some
Some look on the souls as amazing, some describe him as amazing, and some hear of him as amazing. While others, even after hearing about him, cannot understand him at all.
Yes. So far Krishna is describing that how due to the presence of soul this material body is functioning. Body dies but soul never dies. So like this, some good description of the soul is there in the previous verses. So now Krishna is further saying that when they understand such characteristics about the soul, those who are able to see him, they find it amazing. Those who hear about him will find it amazing. Those who speak about it will also find it as amazing. And some others who may not be so philosophical minded, they may hear it, but still they cannot understand it. That means what Krishna is saying, that those who understand about the soul, they find it very amazing. Either by seeing or describing or hearing about him. Those who understand about the soul will find it very amazing. And as far as others are concerned, some may hear about him, still they may not understand him. Like that. So those who hear about him and understand it, they will find it amazing. Those who hear about him and cannot understand it, they understand that the concept of the soul is beyond their mental ability to understand it. So, so some don't understand about the soul, others who understand about the soul, they find it very amazing. Like that. Something which is very amazing is beyond imagination. For example, you may see a perfect circle in the mountain top. It's amazing. There is like that. I forgot the name. It's called Queen's Ring. Search on the net. Queen's Ring. Something like that. There is this mountain, Rajgarh mountain. On top of it, if you go, the hole is there. circle is there, big block will be there. So it's amazing. It's like that. Something just beyond imagination. So some hear about him and don't understand. Those who understand, they will find it very easy. Read further.
Since Gita Upanishad is largely based on the principle of Upanishads, it is not surprising to also find this passage in the Katha Upanishad. Seven,
षण्वन षण्वन्यापि बहुभिर्यो यो नो लभ्य षण्वन्तो भी बहवो यम न विद्यः आश्चर्य वक्ता कुशलो सलब्धा आश्चर्य स ज्ञाता कुशला मुशिष्टा. Read.
the fact that the atomic soul is within the body of a gigantic animal, in the body of a gigantic banyan tree, and also in the microbic germs, millions and billions of which occupy only an inch of space, is certainly very amazing.
So what is amazing? See, a big elephant body,
Same.
same atomic soul. A small ant body, same atomic soul. How it is possible that same atomic soul which is in the ant body is able to move such a big elephant? It's amazing. Imagine a small battery which is in your wristwatch. Same small battery you apply in a big train and the train is running. It's amazing, isn't it? Same small battery runs the wristwatch, same small battery is making the big, huge train move. It's amazing. It's like that. So it is very amazing. So if you hear about how, due to the presence of soul, what happens, it is very amazing. What has happened is we have something which is commonly observable, we take it as granted. Something which is commonly observable is taken as granted. Okay. Just like smartphone. When in the beginning smartphone came and people saw smartphone, or you touch the finger and enlarge the size, amazing. It was never thought of earlier. Someone, when the smartphone didn't came in the market, before that only someone told me that such and such screen is going to come and you can just put two fingers and enlarge it and do this like that. So it was difficult to imagine for me. So I mean, I didn't bother about it. But when it came, I thought that he's just thinking about it. It will not come. Like that, I was thinking. He's just saying something. It will not happen practically. Like that, I was thinking. But it came, and everyone is using it. Like that. So it is amazing. Something which I was thinking that it just is. Like people make movies, uh, some fiction movies, in which they show something very much extraordinary imagination, isn't it? So, like that, I was thinking that he must have seen something and he's talking to me. So I was thinking it will not happen, it's just imagination. But it happened like that. So, similarly, something which you may be thinking that this is fiction movie, it may happen, isn't it? It's like that. So, it is amazing. Something which is beyond our imagination happens. This is amazing. So soul is making this whole gigantic body move. It is amazing. Because of the presence of soul, this complicated body is functioning. It is amazing how this body functions. If we, someone said to me, it was well documented also, scientifically researched, that food we eat, how the whole process of the food takes place in the body, and it turns into blood and other ingredients in the body and nourishes the body. If we have to implement that process in the form of machines, then it will take big long chain of machines. It will occupy a lot of space. I forgot the details, but it was said it will take so much big space, and it happens in the body every day.
And it will cost you also a lot.
Yeah, so it's amazing that how it happens in the body. Something which will, if we have to mechanize with machines, it will take such a large space with so many machines, with so much of expenses, but it happens in the body every day, like that. Similarly, the flow of blood in the body, if we analyze the whole flow of the blood in the whole body, it may be very long track. So much of energy will require for this flow, but it is happening every day. So, like that, if we analyze, just because it is happening every day, it is commonly observable, we take it granted. Small child body is growing. When a baby takes birth, it is just like very small. Everything is very small, small eyes, hands are so thin like that. And then gradually body grows. And not only grows, this body acquires so many capabilities, so many good skills. It's amazing how that happens. We cannot make it happen by our own intellectual technology. So it's amazing how it happens. So, like that, so many wonderful, amazing things are happening in the world. Just because it is happening regularly, it's commonly observable, we take it as granted. Otherwise, it's amazing how things are happening. People are, human beings are producing some little things, and people are fascinated by it, isn't it? People are fascinated by it. Some new thing, some new gadget they produce, and people become very much fascinated by it. But whatever best things they can produce, they can never compete with God, who has produced so many different bodies, so many different fruits, so many different types of, so many different colored, beautiful flowers. It's amazing. Such a sweet water to drink. It's amazing. So, like that, if you think in this perspective, everything in the whole world is amazing. In the biology, we read about the food chain cycle. It's amazing. Lord has made the system that no one can remain hungry. Can human being make it? Water cycle. It's amazing, isn't it? Ocean is there. Ocean water vaporizes, turns into cloud, and cloud floats, and the rain comes, and the rain turns into the river, and so through the river, so many living beings get the water, and finally, the river flows into the ocean, and the ocean water turns into vapor. It's amazing. So, like that, so many amazing things are happening, and we had to see it from this perspective. Just because it is commonly observable, so we take it as granted. and we don't find it anymore amazing. But it is amazing that everything in the world is amazing. Everything. We become sick, and after sickness remains for some time, and then we become healthy again. That is also amazing, because sometimes when we are sick, it appears that I don't know whether I will be all right or not. You are taking medicines and you don't find any effect of the medicine. It's like that. So you may wonder how the sickness will go now. But something happens, it goes. That is also amazing. So everything in the creation is amazing. Everything. Someone did the sinful activity 7 lifetimes back and he gets the reaction now for it. That is also amazing. Such a perfect record, isn't it? Such a perfect record. Huh? He committed sinful activities in the last life and he is getting punishment now. Exactly. It's amazing. No one can escape from their sinful reaction. It's amazing. You perform the Pindadan Sanskar for your forefathers here on the earth planet. Your forefathers may be there somewhere in the creation and they get the benefit. You did something here and they get the benefit. It's amazing. You are offering food to the Lord and Lord accepts it and offers you back the prasad. It's amazing. Everything is amazing. Everything. So we just have to see it from this perspective. And whatever man is creating, that also is ultimately, see, what man does is simply discover the law and does something based on that law. That's all. But who has created those laws? God. Amazing. God has created such wonderful laws because of which we are able to implement all these technologies. I am speaking and the voice is becoming amplified. Amazing. Not the credit goes to man, credit goes to God. He has created the laws because of which the voice gets amplified. So seasons are changing. This is also amazing. If only imagine one season is there, it becomes boring. It seems. I hope so. If only one season is there all the time, we have to experience it by going to the places where only one season is there. But I'm just imagining that it could be boring,
Yes.
isn't it? So we are changing seasons. So everything is amazing. Everything. We just have to see from this perspective that how everything is amazing. So many crores of human beings are taking birth. Still everyone's face is different. It's amazing, isn't it? You may take an artist and ask him, you draw 1,000 different faces. It will be tough time for him. God is creating crores and crores of different faces. Amazing. So, like that, everything in the creation is amazing. Peacock feather, amazing, isn't it? Peacock feather, amazing. Like that. So, God's creation is amazing. Understood? So many materialistic things are amazing. Why not soul is amazing? So soul is really very much amazing. Read further.
Men with a poor fund of knowledge and men who are not austere cannot understand the wonders of the individual atomic spark of spirit. Even though it is explained by the greatest authority of knowledge, who imparted lessons even to Brahma, the first living being in the universe.
Wait. So Srila Prabhupada is saying that those who are not austere and those whose level of knowledge is very low, they cannot understand about the soul. How? See, if you are not austere, that means you are sense gratified. You are always thinking about the comfort of the body. That means you are always concerned about the body. So if you are always concerned about the body, how you can understand about the soul? If you little bit go beyond the body, then only you understand about the soul. You are always absorbed in the bodily comfort. So you cannot understand about the soul. For example, I'm just giving you a common example. If you're always remaining inside the room, air conditioned, you can never see the sun. You can never understand about the sunlight. You're always into air condition. Some people, they drive the car, always keep their windows closed. Car means AC on. That means they never have the experience of what is like feeling of air when you drive the car. They can never have the experience. They are always experiencing air conditioning. Like that. So similarly, if you're always absorbed in the comfort of the body, you are not at all austere, you can never understand about the soul. So if you are not austere, you cannot understand about the soul. And if your knowledge level is very low, you cannot understand about the soul. Knowledge level very low means only knowledge of the matter. That's all. If you have only heard about the matter, nothing beyond that, you cannot understand about the soul. Srila Prabhupada went to Russia to meet Dr. Kotosky. He was a big professor, but he could not understand about the soul. He's a big professor, but he could not understand about the soul because his level of knowledge was very low at the material level only. And that's what he has studied, heard, and he has become old now by hearing that. At this old age, very difficult to accept the new concept. So he didn't understand about the soul. And he was not austere anyway. He is a Western Russian professor. He was not austere. So one has to go beyond the comfort of the body. And one has to hear the higher level of spiritual knowledge. Then only one can understand about the soul. Read further.
Owing to a gross material conception of things, most men in this age cannot imagine how such a small particle can become both so great and so small.
Wait. Read further.
So men look at the soul proper as wonderful either by constitution or by description. Illusionized by the material energy, people are so engrossed in subject matters for sense gratification that they have very little time to understand the question of self understanding. Even though it is a fact that without this self understanding, all activities result in ultimate defeat in the struggle of our existence.
Wait. Hmm. So, whatever you do in this life, other than spiritual practice, will all result in ultimate defeat. Whatever you do will all result in ultimate defeat. Only whatever spiritual practices you have done, that is going to carry forward and help you. Everything will be lost. In spite of knowing this, people are not serious about spiritual practices. This is what Sri Prabhupada is saying. That people are not bothering about. They know that everyone dies. And when they die, everything they have to leave here. But still, not concerned about spiritual practices. Not very serious about spiritual practices. So, sometimes we have to think, we have to live our life as if I am going to die next moment. That will make us better situated in devotional practices. Read further.
Perhaps they have no idea that one must think of the soul and thus make a solution to the material miseries. Some people who
Wait,
are
wait, wait. Where are you reading?
last line,
Acha.
paragraph last
Yeah,
line.
yeah. Ha. Okay, go ahead.
Some people who are inclined to
No,
hear,
read from perhaps.
perhaps they have no idea that one must think of the soul and thus make a solution to the material miseries.
Yes. So material solution is not a solution to material misery. Why? Because it will come again. You are hungry. Eat food. It is material solution. But you again next day you will become hungry. So it will go on. Day after day, week after day, week, year after year, life after life. So it is not a solution. So material solution is not a solution for material problems. The spiritual solution is a good solution for material problems. Your problems will stop for all the time. It's not that for some temporary time you have postponed the problem. That's all. No, the problem should be completely eradicated. So that is possible only by spiritual solution. So spiritual solution is the best solution to material miseries. So someone may someone asked Srila Prabhupada, lot of crime is increasing in our city of Chicago. Do you have any solution? Srila Prabhupada said, yes, please provide us the facility to chant Hare Krishna and distribute prasad. Crime rate will come down. Very confidently Srila Prabhupada spoke. So spiritual solution is the ultimate solution to material miseries, not material solution. If you do material solution, it's not going to work for a long time. Because because matter is not eternal. Matter itself gives misery. I explained. Matter is not internal. Matter is causes illusion, and matter gives misery. The nature of matter is like that. So only by spiritual solution can we eradicate material misery, not by any other means. Only thing is that it may take some time. When you implement spiritual solution to stop all your misery, it may take some time. It takes time, but it works. But as far as material solution is concerned, it never works. Just for the illusory time period, you may think that it is working, but it never works. So better to have spiritual solution. Read further.
Some people who are inclined to hear about the soul may be attending lectures in good association, but sometimes, owing to ignorance, they are misguided by the acceptance of the super soul and the atomic soul as one without distinction of magnitude.
Yes. So sometimes it may happen that during the lecture someone may hear Mayavad concept like this. That soul and super soul are same. Read further.
It is very difficult to find a man who perfectly understands the position of the super soul, the atomic soul, their respective functions, and the relationships and all other major and minor details.
Wait. So very difficult to find such a person who has all this spiritual knowledge very nicely. Super soul, soul, relationships, function, other things. Read further.
And it is still more difficult to find a man who has actually derived full benefit from knowledge of the soul and who is able to describe the position of the soul in different aspects.
Wait. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Manushanam sahasreshu kaschit yatati siddhai yatta amvi siddhanam kaschin mang veti tattvata. So very few will take interest in knowing about Krishna, knowing about the soul. So very few people take interest in knowing about it, and very few people are there further who can describe about it. Read further.
But if somehow or other one is able to understand the subject matter of the soul, then one's life is successful.
Hmm.
The easiest
Wait. Go ahead.
The easiest process for understanding the subject matter of self, however, is to accept the statements of Bhagavad Gita spoken by the greatest authority, Lord Krishna, without being deviated by other theories. But if it also requires a great deal of penance and sacrifice, either in this life or in the previous ones, before one is able to accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead,
Wait.
Krishna.
So do not think that to get Bhagavad Gita and to hear about Bhagavad Gita and to accept Krishna Supreme Lord is very easy thing. You are doing it, that means great mercy is there upon you, like that. And you must have performed some sacrifices and austerities in the previous life. Otherwise, it's difficult. So when we go for distribution of Bhagavad Gita, very few people take. Because very few people are like that. austere and who have performed sacrifices in the previous life. Very few. So, no problem. Less number will be there, but we have to try and try to benefit those less number of people. Read further.
Krishna can, however, be known as such by the causeless mercy of the pure devotee and by no other way.
Hmm. So we have to endeavor and Krishna's mercy. When both the things will happen, then only we will be able to understand Krishna to some degree. Next verse. देहि नित्यमवध्योऽयं देहे सर्वस्य भारत तस्मात् सर्वाणि भूतानि न त्वं शोचितुमर्हसि. Read.
O descendant of Bharata, he who dwells in the body can never be slain. Therefore, you need not grieve for any living being.
Hmm.
The Lord now concludes the chapter of instruction on the immutable spirit soul. In describing the immortal soul in various ways, Lord Krishna establishes that the soul is immortal and the body is temporary. Therefore, Arjun, as a Kshatriya, should not abandon his duty out of fear that his grandfather and teacher, Bhishma and Drona, will die in the battle.
Because soul is eternal, so even if they die, soul is eternal, soul will not die. So why to lament and why to hesitate in performing your duty? Read further.
On the authority of Sri Krishna, one has to believe that there is a soul different from the material body, not that there is no such thing as soul, or that living symptoms develop at a certain stage of a material maturity resulting from the interaction of chemicals. Though the soul is immortal, violence is not encouraged, but at the time of war it is not discouraged when there is actual need for it.
Wait. So just because soul is eternal, that doesn't mean that you can kill someone. Soul is eternal, so I can kill. No. Just because soul is eternal or immortal, that doesn't mean that you can kill anyone or you can accept the violence. So violence is acceptable only in the rare cases like war or someone has committed terrible sinful activities. Otherwise, war should be avoided. Violence is not encouraged. Read further.
That need must be justified in terms of the sanction of the Lord and not capriciously.
Hmm. So we have to see if violence we are accepting, it has to be based on scriptural principles, not just with our own lower level of thinking. Next verse. स्वधर्ममपि चावेक्ष न विकन्त्युम् अर्हसि धर्म्याद्धि युद्धाश्रेयो अन्यत् क्षत्रियस्य न विद्यते. Read further.
Considering your specific duty as a Kshatriya, you should know that there is no better engagement for you than fighting on religious principles, and so there is no need for hesitation.
Yes. So
Out
we
of
have to perform our duty properly in different situations. Arjuna's duty is to fight as per religious principles. Read further.
Out of the four orders of social administration, the second order for the matter of good administration is called Kshatriya. Kshat means bird. One who gives protection from harm is called Kshatriya. Trayate, to give protection. The Kshatriyas are trained for killing in the forest. A Kshatriya would go into the forest and challenge a tiger face to face and fight with the tiger with his sword. When the
So
tiger was
sometimes People, not now, earlier people would keep the skin of tiger hanging in the home. Why they would do that? Just to show, I fought with the tiger, killed it. This is the skin, like that. So this is how earlier Kshatriya people would maintain their fighting skills by fighting the tigers. Read further.
When the tiger was killed, it would be offered to the royal order of cremation.
Wait. So Sir King would fight with the tiger in the forest, kill it, and after that, royal order of cremation. Okay, royal order of cremation. Sometimes people think or comment that earlier in the past also any Kshatriyas were killing. So yes, they could kill, but after that, royal order of cremation. Not that okay, this animal leave it. Royal order of cremation. So much respect. Read further.
The system has been followed even up to the present day by the Kshatriya kings of Jaipur state. The Kshatriyas are specially trained for challenging and killing because religious violence is sometimes a necessary factor. Therefore, Kshatriyas are never meant for accepting directly the order of sannyasa or renunciation. Non-violence in politics may be a diplomacy, but it is never a factor of or principle.
Wait. Kshatriyas are never meant for accepting directly the sannyas order or renunciation order because sometimes they have to do the violence. But a sadhu should not be doing the violence. Kshatriya should do, but not sadhu. So that is why Srila Prabhupada is saying. So sadhu should not be committing violence. Read further.
In the
I will
religion,
read. Ahavesho mithon yonyam जिघांसन्तो महिक्षितः युद्धामानः परं शक्त्या स्वर्गं यान्ति अपरं मुखा यज्ञेषु पशवो ब्रह्मन् हन्यन्ते सततं द्विजः संस्कृतः किल मन्त्रैश्च तेऽपि स्वर्गम् अवाप्नुवन् read.
in the battlefield, a king or Kshatriya, while fighting another king, envious of him, is eligible for achieving the heavenly planets after death, as the Brahmanas also attain the heavenly planets by sacrificing animals in the sacrificial fire.
Yes, so if you are fighting religiously and if you are killed in the fight, you go to heaven. Just like Brahmanas, when they perform sacrifice nicely and offered mantras to the offered mantras for the pleasure of demigods, because they are doing so many yajnas for the pleasure of demigods. they also get the higher planet, heavenly planet. So, like that, those who are fighting in the battlefield to establish religion, they also get higher planets, heavenly planets. Read further.
Therefore, killing on the battlefield on religious principles and killing animals in the sacrificial fire are not at all considered to be acts of violence because everyone is benefited by the religious principles involved. The animal sacrifice gets a human life immediately without undergoing the gradual evolutionary process from one form to another.
Wait. So, this is what happens when the yajna takes place. That animal gets the human body. Okay. So, killing animal in the yajna is acceptable because they will get new human body directly. But that should be very clear. But if that living entity did not get human body, then you are going to suffer. You are going to suffer. So that living entity must get human body. Hmm. Read further.
And the Kshatriyas killed on the battlefield also attain the heavenly planets, as do the Brahmanas who attain them by offering sacrifice.
Hmm.
There are
Wait. So cow gets the next immediately the next human body. Brahmana goes to the higher planets, and Kshatriya king also goes to higher planet because he is fought based on religious principles. So we'll stop now. Next reading will be next class. Okay. There are two kinds of Swadharma. So the second chapter will be philosophical like this, at least this part, wherever soul, body things are happening. After some time it will be good. Hare Krishna.
this is also good.
Thank you.
We are doing yajna and we are offering sacrifice. Uh,
I'm hearing you.
uh, is it that it is predestined because of his past karma that animal is getting a human body?
Not necessary. They these Brahmanas through
Maybe it is not there in Kali Yuga, but when actually it was Satyuga, when it was people were attaining higher this thing through yajnas only.
let's say some animal is sacrificed and that animal didn't got human body.
No, means Actually, the sacrifice is done so that it gets a better body.
That is true. So that's what I'm saying. Some animal is sacrificed and they didn't got better body.
That will be failure of the yajna.
Hmm. So question is then it is because of animal's past reaction that he didn't got the next better body.
That's what I'm asking. Is it is because of his karma he did not get it, or
So
he got it because of his karma?
so that's what I'm saying. Here Brahmanas by chanting the mantras are interfering in the karma, which generally doesn't happen.
Means they are trying to artificially supersede.
Not artificially as per scriptural principles.
Means whatever forcefully they are trying to do.
So the scriptures are recommending it. Scriptures only suggest this.
No, but scripture suggests, but why that particular body? If he is eligible for a higher body or not? Because there are 10 animals and they will select some animal based
Yes.
on